while, the first time I get them done.
Okay. So you're going to read this with these boxes here and fill out the bottom.
Did you fill out Anderson and thing too?
Yep. Need all that stuff.
Okay, count it up.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm here to get my venom done. I came to this place because my friends have told me about it, and I've currently got pierced here, and I was very satisfied. They're very sanitized. You know, it's a great staff. It is a great environment to be.
Okay, I'm going to check your tongue with a light. I'm just going to make sure there's no vessel under there that we can't see. This is our mining. But it's amazing for spotting tongues. Tongues are really hard to spot with LEDs, but with these, they're awesomely easy to spot. So we just want to make sure there's nothing in there. Normally also we do a venom because we have lots of piercers in here. I get somebody else to hold the light for me. We just want to triple check that there's nothing there that looks nasty. Okay, that looks okay. Perfect. Okay, we're going to set up. I'm going to come over there in a second and check your tongue again for you. So let me get organized here first. So we're just going to do one venom. Okay, well, we only do one at a time anyways, because if your tongue does swell, it's better to do one and then come back in 7 to 10 days, do the other one, then come back in 7 to 10 days again, and after that, we change them to smaller posts. So we're going to put a post in that's way too big. And that's just in case your tongue swells, because if your tongue swells and gets corked against the beach, you're going to hate me. So you got to live with something a little bit too long and try not to chew on it and try not to chew your teeth. Try not to play with it. Sorry. And you want to do the right side? How did you decide which side do you want to do?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Okay. Cork. Okay, we're good to go. So I'm going to come around to this side and we're going to work. Okay, so I'm going to put a marking on your tongue. Once I put the mark on your tongue, I don't want you to put your tongue back in your mouth, okay? Because I think this was my mark. Most of the time venoms, anybody can get a venom. It's just, we checked your tongue, didn't we? And you had a vessel down the center?
Twice, yeah.
Twice? That's why we're not doing it. See, that's what we do here, is we check and double check.
We make sure.
We make sure. Okay, so we're going to set this marker up. So these are disposable, one-use only markers. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is stick your tongue in here. We're going to dry it off a bit so that I can get a hold of it. Put your tongue back a little bit. Your head back. Okay, so we're going to probably mark right there. Okay, put your head back down. Yeah, that's better. Don't bite your tongue. Okay, keep your tongue out but don't bite on it. Okay, I'm going to put a clamp on it. Once I get the clamp on it, I want you to close your eyes for piercing. When I tell you to breathe in, I want you to breathe into your chest and hold it. When I tell you to breathe it all out at one time, okay? So we're just going to get this lined up perfectly there. And that looks good. And that looks good. Okay, put your head down for me. All right, darling. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. All done. Keep your eyes closed for a second. And we're just going to slip the jewelry in. Okay, jewelry's in. You can open your eyes. We're done. I just got to put the bead on. Was that easy or what?
Mm-hmm.
Did you even feel anything? A little bit? No pain, more like just sensation?
Mm-hmm.
It's usually the way it is. Okay, so once I get this bead on, put your tongue in your mouth, okay? And don't open it. What will happen is I'm going to bring you in a glass of cold water. And so you're going to take the cold water into your mouth. I want you to swish it around and then swallow it as it turns warm. And so what happens is when the cold water hits your tongue, it shrinks your tongue down, it tightens up on the jewelry, less chance of bleeding. We're going to clean everything up as usual. By putting everything in the tray. We've already disposed of the needle and a sharps tray. And then we put everything in the glove so that we have less mess. And I'm going to go get you a glass of water. You feel okay? Okay, so take a large amount in, swish it around, then swallow. Okay? And just keep doing that for a second. I'm going to get an aftercare sheet. I'm going to teach you how to take care of it. Okay, so this is, you have to follow this religiously for your tongue, okay? There's two products you need to buy. You need to buy distilled water. Don't buy spring water. Don't buy bottled water. Get distilled only. Do you know what it is? Okay. And then you need to buy Listerine, but I want you to buy original formula yellow Listerine. Don't use Scope, don't use blue Listerine, just original formula, okay? So you're going to have to get a bottle that you can carry around with you for the next 10 days, something about this size. So what you're going to do is you're going to mix in there 75% distilled water, 25% yellow Listerine, okay? You're going to shake that up and rinse your mouth out with it after putting anything into your mouth except water or ice. If I were you as well, can you take Advils? Okay, I would take 2 Advil every 6 hours for the next 2 days. It'll keep the inflammation out of your tongue, you'll heal a little faster, you'll have a little less pain if you're going to have any pain. Most people don't. Okay, but there's a couple things you need to avoid. Don't eat anything spicy whatsoever, okay? Don't burn your tongue on anything that's too hot. Be careful, okay? You can eat like citrus fruits, but they're a little bit acidic and sometimes they hurt, so I would avoid them. What's very important is that you avoid anything pasteurized. No dairy, no cream in your coffee, no milk in your tea, no cottage cheese, no ice cream, nothing, okay? I know, it makes me sad too. So let's see your tongue, and let me see the bottom. Perfect, okay? So that's a perfect piercing. I'm going to get you a mirror so you can have a look at it.
It's huge.
Yeah, now the post is too big because in case your tongue swells, but it's sort of right where we want it. You good with that? Okay, so because you're not bleeding, you can drink alcohol. Don't drink beer though, beer's pasteurized, okay?
So I can go to my party tomorrow?
Yeah, I wouldn't get completely loaded and go home and chew on your tongue while you're sleeping, okay? Don't take aspirin either, okay? Aspirin thins out your blood. It's rare, but it could cause your tongue to bleed a little bit, okay? And obviously no deep kissing, no oral genital sex for 2 weeks. So, what you're going to do is follow this religiously, come back and see me in 7 to 10 days with no swelling in your tongue, and we'll give you the shorter post. If you want to do the other side at that time, that's on me.
Alright.
That's for you. If you think it's sore or irritated, come bug me.
Alright, thank
All right.
you.
See you soon, honey.
Yeah.
Not the extension cord. Again. So today we had Melissa got her venom done. So with Melissa, we couldn't do the, we did the venom because we couldn't do her tongue. She had a vessel in the middle of her tongue that stopped us from doing the center, so we opted for the venom. On tongues, your tongue is 2 muscles that are hooked together at the end. And so some people have a rogue blood vessel that goes down the center. When I started piercing about 15 years ago, I would find maybe 1 out of 10 at the most. But I find now in the last 2 or 3 years that we're having to turn down 3 or 4 out of 10. So it seems like people are evolving and developing a rogue vessel into the middle of their tongues. With respect to Melissa's venom, it went beautifully. That's where a venom goes. It's a little different than doing center of a tongue, because what we do is we try to make a mark on the top in a place where she might like it, and then we see where the clamp lets us mark on the bottom, and then we hook up the light and try and search out vessels in her tongue, because the last thing you want to do on a tongue is ever hit a vessel. So it all went well, and we're going to figure out what we can do for you guys next week.